You also had an on-screen romance with a future Batman, Robert Pattinson.
No, he's going to be Batman. Isn't that dope? That's so cool.
That's crazy.
I love Rob.
Tell us about Rob. What do you love about Rob?
He's very, he's probably to a fault, he's so self-deprecating. He thinks he's like, super unattractive, super dorky, super just like, why does anyone like me? But not in a sense of people do that who want the attention, who are like, I don't know, like authentically, and just funny, and just like had a really wonderful time working together because it was just easy and fun, and just our sense of humor is very, very similar. I find generally, again, my Australian sense of humour is much more on par with European sense of humour, especially like English or Scottish or Irish. There's a lot of sarcasm. There's a lot of taking the piss out of each other, which is, I think, borderline offensive to a lot of people in America. I grew up, you make fun of each other, to a point, and everyone knows that you're joking. So that was all just really nice. We got to have a lot of fun on that set.
And not only were you in Remember Me with a future Batman, but with a former James Bond. I have to ask you about Pierce Brosnan. What do you remember about Pierce?
He's such a gentleman, and it's not put on. He's just like your classic old school. I remember we did rehearsals for this, which is hands down the best thing about if you get to do it with a film is if you have a rehearsal period. So we had a couple of weeks beforehand, and my stuff was, I guess, more with Chris Cooper because he was my dad, but we had stuff with Pierce too. And I remember a few of us went, it was just me and Rob, and maybe a couple of his friends went over to where Pierce was staying. He opened the door, said, "Welcome." And it wasn't put on. It was just like so perfect. Like, I felt like I was in like Downton